Have you ever noticed that some women have something special, an elegance that doesn't need words? They don't talk about money, they don't flaunt their wealth, but there is something about them that demonstrates prosperity in a natural and discreet way. Today, you will discover the 10 signs that reveal when a woman has true inner and outer wealth without having to say a single word about it. Many people confuse wealth with ostentation, but true prosperity manifests itself in much more subtle and powerful ways. If you want to understand how to recognize these signs in yourself and develop them, this video will transform your perception of what it really means to be rich. Get ready to discover secrets that wealthy women have known for decades but rarely share openly. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear roadmap for cultivating these same quiet signs of wealth in your own life. Stay until the end because the last sign will completely surprise you. Sign 1. Your posture reveals inner confidence. A rich woman, without having to say anything, always shows this through her posture. It's not just about standing up straight, but about how she occupies the space around her naturally and confidently. When you observe a woman like this, you realize that she doesn't hide, she doesn't diminish herself, but she also doesn't need to impose herself aggressively. The problem many women face is insecurity that manifests itself physically. Slumped shoulders, lowered head, hesitant steps. All of these communicate scarcity and lack of confidence. True wealth, however, is expressed through a posture that demonstrates healthy self-esteem and a strong presence. To develop this rich posture, start by observing how you stand throughout the day. When you walk, imagine that there is an invisible string pulling the top of your head up. Keep your shoulders relaxed but firm. When you sit, take up the space in the chair completely without slouching. Practice walking with purposeful steps, even if you are just walking around the house. For example, when you walk into a store, restaurant, or meeting, notice how your posture influences how people treat you. A woman with a confident posture naturally receives respectful attention. People perceive her as valuable and treat her accordingly. The benefits of this change are immediate and long-lasting. You will notice that people start to listen to you more attentively, they respect you more, and you will feel more confident in any situation. Your posture becomes a magnet for opportunities and quality relationships. In addition, good posture improves your physical and mental health, creating a virtuous cycle of well-being and prosperity. Sign 2. She masters the art of attentive listening. A defining characteristic of discreet, wealthy women is their exceptional ability to listen. They don't need to talk about their achievements because they are busy listening, learning, and understanding the people around them. This ability reveals emotional intelligence and maturity that only comes with experience and inner security. Many people confuse conversation with competition. They interrupt, always want to have the last word, or spend time thinking about what they are going to say while the other person is talking. This shows anxiety and a need for approval, characteristics that reveal financial and emotional insecurity. A rich woman knows that listening is more powerful than talking. When you practice listening, you develop this quality by starting with small gestures. Maintain eye contact when someone is talking to you. Ask questions that demonstrate genuine interest in the person's story. Avoid picking up your phone or getting distracted during important conversations. Imagine a situation where you are at a family gathering or with friends. Instead of competing for attention by telling your own stories, you choose to ask interesting questions about other people's lives. You notice details that others don't, remember important information, and demonstrate genuine care. This attitude brings extraordinary benefits to your life. People start to seek you out for advice and confidences because they feel valued in your presence. You develop deeper and more meaningful relationships. In addition, you learn valuable information that can open doors to financial and personal opportunities. Attentive listening becomes a powerful tool for personal and professional growth. Sign 3. Your choices reflect quality over quantity. The discreet rich woman always chooses quality over quantity. This does not necessarily mean buying expensive things, but rather making conscious and lasting choices. She would rather have a few good things than many mediocre things. This principle applies to clothes, relationships, experiences, and even the time she dedicates to different activities. The big mistake many people make is accumulating things, thinking that quantity means abundance. Closets full of clothes they never wear, drawers crammed with useless objects, and excessive superficial relationships. All of this creates an energy of scarcity disguised as abundance, but which actually demonstrates a lack of discernment and clarity about what really matters. To develop this wealth signal, start by assessing your current possessions. Choose a drawer or closet and question each item. Does it fit me? Does it make me feel good? Is it of sufficient quality to last? Keep only what truly adds value to your life. When making future purchases, pause before deciding and ask yourself if it truly meets a real need or is just an impulse purchase. For example, instead of buying 5 cheap blouses that will fade after a few washes, save up and buy one quality blouse that will last for years and always make you feel stylish. Apply this same principle to relationships. Cultivate deep, meaningful friendships instead of superficial connections that drain your energy. The benefits of this change are transformative. You save money in the long run, have more physical and mental space, and feel more organized and in control of your life. Your choices begin to reflect your true values, and this attracts people and opportunities that align with who you really are. Quality becomes a standard in all areas of your life. Now, before we continue with more important signs, I want to ask you for something special. If this content is being useful to you, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell so you don't miss any new videos. And in the comments, tell me where you're watching from. I love knowing that incredible women like you are spread all over the place, seeking growth and prosperity. Your participation motivates me to continue creating content that really makes a difference in people's lives. Sign 4. She invests in your personal development. A discreet, wealthy woman never stops learning and growing. She understands that the greatest investment she can make is in herself. This manifests itself through courses, reading, therapy, skill development, and experiences that broaden her worldview. She does not see education expenses as expenses, but as investments in her future. Many people stop learning after they finish school or college, thinking they already know everything they need to know. Others get stuck in their comfort zone, avoiding challenges that could lead them to growth. This limiting mindset creates stagnation and prevents the development of true wealth, which comes from knowledge and the ability to adapt to change. To cultivate this sign, start small but be consistent. Dedicate at least 30 minutes a day to learning something new. This could be reading a book, watching educational videos, taking an online course, or practicing a new skill. Choose areas that spark your curiosity or that can improve your personal and professional life. Imagine that you've always wanted to understand more about personal finances. Instead of putting off learning about them, you decide to spend 15 minutes a day studying about investing, saving, and financial planning. After a few months, you feel more confident making financial decisions and start seeing practical results in your life. The benefits of continuous personal development are incalculable. You become more interesting, confident, and capable of facing challenges. Your mind becomes more agile and creative, opening up possibilities that did not exist before. People are naturally attracted to those who are always growing and evolving. Furthermore, knowledge is the only asset that no one can take away from you, and it multiplies when shared. Sign 5. Your natural elegance doesn't depend on brands. A rich woman's true elegance comes from within and manifests itself regardless of the brands she wears. She may be wearing simple clothes, but she always looks impeccable because she understands that elegance is an attitude, not a price. She knows her style, knows what looks good on her, and dresses appropriately for every occasion. The common mistake is to think that elegance means expensive clothes or famous brands. Many people go into debt buying designer items, thinking that this will give them status, but they end up looking like people who are trying to be something they are not. Forced elegance is always noticeable and conveys insecurity rather than confidence. To develop natural elegance, start by getting to know your own body and style. Notice what colors make you feel radiant, what cuts flatter your figure, and what styles express your personality. Keep your clothes clean and well-groomed. A simple, well-ironed and well-fitted piece will always look more elegant than an expensive, poorly groomed piece. For example, an elegant woman might wear a basic white blouse, well-cut pants, and simple accessories. But her confident posture, well-groomed hair, and genuine smile make all the difference. She doesn't need visible logos because her presence speaks for itself. Another example is taking care of the details. Always clean nails, shoes in good condition, and a light but striking perfume. The benefits of natural elegance are long-lasting and cost-effective. You save money by buying versatile, timeless pieces instead of following fads. Your self-esteem improves because you feel good about yourself no matter what you're wearing. People respect you more, and you become a beacon of good taste. Natural elegance is an investment that pays for itself through the confidence and opportunities it attracts. Sign 6. She has emotional control in difficult situations. A striking characteristic of discreet, wealthy women is their ability to remain calm and emotionally in control. Even in the most challenging situations, they don't explode, they don't create unnecessary drama, and they don't let their emotions control their decisions. This emotional maturity is a clear sign of inner wealth and life experience. Many people react impulsively when faced with problems, stress, or conflict. They yell, cry publicly, make accusations, or make rash decisions that they later regret. This behavior demonstrates a lack of self-control and can harm relationships, career opportunities, and even reputations. To develop emotional control, practice conscious pause. When you feel angry or overwhelmed, take 3 deep breaths before reacting. Count to 10 in your mind and ask yourself, what is the best way to handle this situation? What response would I want to give if I were looking at the situation from the outside? Practice this technique in small situations so that you are prepared when you face bigger challenges. Imagine you are in a store and the clerk is treating you badly. Instead of losing your temper and making a scene, you stay calm, speak politely but firmly, and if necessary, ask to speak to the manager in a respectful manner. Your controlled attitude not only resolves the issue more effectively, but also demonstrates class and maturity. The benefits of emotional control are enormous. You make better decisions because you think clearly instead of reacting emotionally. People trust you more because they know you can be trusted even under pressure. Your relationships improve because you don't hurt others with impulsive words or actions. Plus, you become a more respected and admired person, qualities that open doors to opportunity and prosperity. Sign 7. Your relationships are based on reciprocity. The discreet rich woman cultivates balanced relationships where there is a mutual exchange of value, respect, and support. She does not accept being exploited, nor does she exploit others. Her relationships, whether romantic, family, or friendship, are based on healthy reciprocity. She knows when to give and when to receive, and is not afraid to set limits when necessary. Many people find themselves in unbalanced relationships where they always give more than they receive, or where they are constantly criticized and devalued. Other extremes include people who only take without giving back, or who manipulate emotionally to get what they want. These patterns demonstrate a lack of self-esteem and a lack of awareness of their own worth. To create relationships based on reciprocity, start by evaluating your current relationships. Ask yourself, does this person treat me with respect? Do they celebrate my accomplishments? Are they there when I need them? Do I feel good after spending time with them? If the answers are no, it's time to set clear boundaries or reconsider whether this relationship is worth maintaining. For example, if you have a friend who always calls when she has problems but is never there when you need her, it's time to have an honest conversation about balancing your friendship. Or if you're always paying the bills when you go out together, suggest alternating who pays, or each of you paying your share. The benefits of balanced relationships are transformative. You feel more valued and respected. Your self-esteem improves significantly, and you attract quality people who recognize and value what you offer. Healthy relationships energize you rather than drain you, creating an environment conducive to personal growth and prosperity. You become an example of what relationships should be like, inspiring others to seek the same balance. Sign 8. She practices gratitude without making a fanfare. A discreet, wealthy woman has a special relationship with gratitude. She acknowledges and appreciates the blessings in her life, but she does so in a genuine and private way, without needing to announce to the world how grateful she is. This authentic gratitude manifests itself through her actions, her treatment of others, and her positive attitude toward life. Many people practice gratitude only superficially, posting nice phrases on social media or talking about gratitude only when they want to appear spiritual. Others live constantly focused on what they lack, complaining and comparing themselves to others. Both attitudes prevent the development of a true abundance mindset. To cultivate genuine gratitude, create a personal, private ritual. This could be writing down 3 things you're grateful for before bed, or taking a few minutes in the morning to mentally acknowledge the blessings in your life. Focus on both the big things and the small things: your health, your family, a delicious meal, a sunny day, or even challenges that have helped you grow. For example, when you're going through a tough time financially, instead of focusing solely on what's missing, you can practice gratitude for the roof over your head, the food on the table, the people who support you. This shift in focus won't magically solve your problems, but it will shift your energy and attitude, opening your mind to solutions and opportunities. The benefits of gratitude are scientifically proven. You become happier, more resilient, and more optimistic. Your mental and physical health improves significantly. People enjoy being around people who have positive, grateful energy. Plus, gratitude attracts more things to be grateful for, creating a virtuous cycle of abundance and well-being in your life. Sign 9. She has financial discipline without being miserly. The discreet, wealthy woman has a balanced relationship with money. She is disciplined with her finances, plans her spending, saves and invests, but is not stingy or afraid to spend. She understands that money is a tool to create security and freedom, not an end in itself. This financial wisdom manifests itself through conscious choices and long-term planning. Many people swing between financial extremes. They spend impulsively and then run out of money, or they save obsessively and never allow themselves to enjoy the fruits of their labor. Both behaviors demonstrate a dysfunctional relationship with money and prevent the development of true prosperity. To develop healthy financial discipline, start by writing down all your expenses for an entire month. This will give you an idea of where your money is going. Then create a simple budget by dividing your income into categories: basic needs, savings, investments, and pleasure. Always set aside a percentage for emergencies and a percentage for guilt-free fun. For example, if you earn 1,000 Rs per month, you can allocate 600 to basic needs such as housing and food, 200 to savings and investments, and 200 to leisure and personal expenses. The important thing is to have control over every reel that comes in and goes out, but without completely depriving yourself of life's pleasures. The benefits of financial discipline are liberating. You sleep better knowing you have money saved for emergencies. You can make long-term plans because you have control over your finances. Your self-esteem improves because you feel capable of managing your finances. Most importantly, you have more freedom to make choices based on what you really want, not just what you can afford at the moment. Sign 10. She cultivates her spirituality personally. The last sign, and perhaps the most important, is that the discreet rich woman has a deep spiritual connection that does not depend on public displays or external validation. She may or may not be religious, but she always has an intimate connection with something greater than herself. This spirituality manifests itself through inner peace, purpose in life, and a wisdom that transcends the material. Many people use spirituality as a social performance, making a point of showing how spiritual they are through posts, quotes, or judgments about others. Others completely reject any spiritual dimension, focusing only on the material and losing connection with the deeper meaning of life. Both approaches prevent the development of true and lasting wealth. To cultivate genuine spirituality, start by creating moments of silence and reflection in your routine. This could be through meditation, prayer, walks in nature, or simply moments of contemplation. Ask yourself about your life's purpose, your deepest values, and how you can contribute positively to the world around you. For example, you might start your day with 5 minutes of reflection on your intentions for the day, or end your day by thinking about how you can be a better version of yourself tomorrow. Maybe you feel called to help people in need, or to develop a talent that can benefit others. The important thing is to find your own way to connect with something bigger. The benefits of spirituality are transformative and eternal. You develop an inner peace that is independent of external circumstances. Your values become clearer, and your decisions more aligned with who you truly are. You become more resilient in the face of life's challenges. And most importantly, you find a purpose that gives meaning to everything you do, making your life rich in every sense of the word. Now you know the 10 subtle signs that reveal when a woman has true inner and outer wealth. Remember that real wealth is not measured just by what you have in the bank, but by the person you become in the process of growing and prospering. These signs aren't just indicators, they're qualities you can develop starting today. Start by choosing 2 or 3 signs that resonate with you the most and work on them consistently. Transformation doesn't happen overnight, but every small step you take in the right direction brings you closer to the wealthy, fulfilled woman you were born to be. Remember that you already have everything you need to become this woman within you. Sometimes we just need a reminder that we are capable of so much more than we imagine. Your journey to true prosperity begins with the decision to value yourself and invest in your personal growth. And now I want to know from you, which of these signs do you already have naturally, and which one do you want to develop the most? Leave your answer in the comments, and let's create a community of women who support each other on this journey of growth and prosperity. Your participation can inspire other women to also seek their best version.